Born on March 9, 1934, in a small village 100 miles from Moscow, Yuri Gagarin is celebrated across the world as the first man ever to travel to outer space. Now, as part of the United Nations World Space Day, EVANS-NKUM zooms into the life of 27-year-old senior lieutenant who defied the odds in 1960.
Yuri Gagarin was the first person on Earth to fly into outer space. His courageous feat took place on April 12, 1961, when a young Soviet officer circled the Earth for a little more than one orbit aboard the Vostok spacecraft. The flight lasted 108 minutes. Following his successful landing, Gagarin became a cultural hero in the Soviet Union. Even today, more than 6 decades after the historic flight, Gagarin is internationally recognized. Many streets in different countries are named after Gagarin. Numerous artifacts, busts, and statues are displayed in his honor in space museums. His remains are buried at the Kremlin in Moscow, and part of his spacecraft is on display at the Museum of RKK Energia, a leading Russian manufacturer of space rocket hardware. Gagarin's flight came at a time when the United States and the Soviet Union were competing for technological supremacy in space. The Soviet Union had already sent the first artificial satellite, called Sputnik, into space in October 1957. Before Gagarin's mission succeeded, the Soviets had conducted a test flight using a prototype of the Vostok spacecraft. During that flight, they sent a life-size dummy called Ivan Ivanovich, a Russian way of calling John Doe, and a dog named Zvezdochka, a little star, into space. Judging by the results of the test flight, the Soviet engineers considered the vessel fit to take a human into space. Upon his return to Earth, Gagarin became an international hero. A cheering crowd of hundreds of thousands of people greeted him in Red Square, the major public plaza in Moscow. A national treasure, Gagarin traveled around the world to celebrate the historic achievement Soviet science. Beyond that, Gagarin is often held up as an example of character and heroism to younger children in Russia. The people of Russia, as well as the international community, commemorates Gagarin's achievements annually. In 2011, the date of April 12 was officially proclaimed by the United Nations as the International Day of Human Space Flights. As part of celebration, press attaché of the Embassy of Russian Federation in Accra, Samat Bayazitov, explained the pictures to these curious students.
Interesting story there by EVANS-NKUM.